Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramakrishna. Let us begin Geeta class with the usual prayers. Akandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Hari Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunattu Sahaviryam Karavamahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishamahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. The infinite grace of Master Manara Swami. We are studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita for practical life. We are now in the second chapter. Last week, of course, instead of Bhagavad Gita class, we did a discourse on, say, Adi Shankara, whose birthday was celebrated on last Sunday. So we saw from his life certain incidents that were very inspiring. He was the person first to write a detailed commentary on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The commentary that he wrote was necessary at the time because even Geeta was misrepresented by many people. So he thought of writing, and also his Guru Govindapal instructed him to write commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, on Upanishads, and also on Veda Vyas written work, which is called Brahma Sutras. These three are the main philosophical content for Vedanta, which the Hindu philosophy is very famous for. So, these three systems, these three books are so wonderful that after Shankara's writing commentary on this, then these three scriptures are studied by many people later. Even till today, in our Velur Mutt, our Ramakrishna Mission's headquarters, where we have got a training center for brahmacharis, all these three scriptures are studied. So Brahma Sutras, Upanishads, and Bhagavad Gita. So we find that Shankara's commentary was very illuminating. There are many places where we find that is there any contradiction in Krishna saying from one chapter to another chapter. So those types of contradictions also he brings out and he explains lucidly how it is not a contradiction, but it is only complementing one thought with another thought. So that's why the Shankara's commentary is said to be very monumental and it is very necessary for us to read. But then it is in Sanskrit language. Nowadays we are not very proficient in that language, hence we have to go to English translation. So there are English translations available in either from the Ramakrishna Mission books or from other publishers. They have brought out translation of Shankara's commentary in many languages. Geeta Press has brought it in Hindi. So it is wonderful to study the commentary. If you have time later and leisurely, then if you want to see what Shankara has said about a particular verse, you can just make the copy Swami as a reference and then look into it. So that will give us an idea what Shankara says. So the chapter that we are in, second chapter, almost we are in the middle of that, and at a very crucial point we are there. The verse 52 and 53 are the last verses of Bhagavad Sri Krishna to Arjuna. After this, after the 53rd verse, from 54th, Arjuna is going to raise a question. We all like to raise questions. Sometimes in our retreats, I tell the people to raise questions, but they don't want to raise. So they feel so, shame to stand up and raise questions. So we say, okay, you write down in paper and submit it without your name, of course. So anonymous questions we answer. But then raising question is very nice. We have started a question answer forum on every Saturday. So there I don't speak without any questions being raised. If nobody raises any question, I myself raise a question and then speak on it. Because question must be there. If the question is not there, the answer would not be appropriate and it will fall flat in our ears. So here you'll find the next verse. Arjuna is going to raise a very, very important question. But before that we see in the verse 53, what does Krishna say? Till 52 we read the week before the last, that when your understanding transcends the taint of delusion, then shall you gain indifference to things heard and those yet to be heard. So Krishna makes distinctions here. You hear certain things. For instance, there is a heaven where I can go and enjoy certain pleasures. You have heard it. And there are certain things about heavens which you have not yet heard. You may hear sometime later. There are many things that are unknown to us at the present time. So by slowly listening and listening, we learn many things. So when we see that, there are many things yet to be learned and a huge knowledge you have gained on a particular subject. Like Newton was a great scientist. What he says about his knowledge, what is the extent of his knowledge? He says, my knowledge is like a child playing pebbles on the seashore. That's all. You have 5-6 pebbles in your hand and then you are playing on the seashore. Have you learned the whole of the sand that is available there? You have not seen. Only a few sands you have taken in your hands and playing with it, that's all. That is the knowledge. Katrathu kaiyalavu, kalladadu ulagalu. In Tamil there is a proverb. It means that whatever you have learned is only this much. Kaiyalavu. And whatever you are yet to learn, whatever you have not learned, that is like ulagalu. That is like this prapancham. Like this world. So much unknown is there. What is known is very less. So Krishna doesn't merely say, whatever you have heard, he doesn't stop there. He goes another step further, and whatever you have not yet heard, that also he includes. To both of these things, a person who has got an understanding which transcends the taint of delusion, this moha kalilam, he said, moha kalilam, moha is delusion, kalilam means taint. So a tainted intellect we have. We all have that. Our intellects are tainted. How it is tainted with what? Tainted with moha, with the delusion. So we have delusional intellect. That means delusion does not allow proper understanding of any object. Suppose this is a spectacles, we say. If you have a delusion, you will not see it as spectacles. This will appear as something else. That is called moha. That is, delusion means that which appears differently. So in Vedanta, a very beautiful example is quoted in the dusk time, evening has set in, and very little light is there, and that you are walking there, and you see a snake there. The moment you see, you shriek, and then you say, "Hey, snake, snake, pambu, pambu," like that you shout. But then it is not moving. So you are getting some type of strength. Say, this is not moving, what is it? Is it dead snake? Then why should I get afraid? So you go a little near. You find it is not a snake at all. Just looking like a snake, a rope is lying there. So you go with the left hand, you pick it up and say, "Hey, this is a rope." Put both your hands and you know this is not a snake, but no fear at all. Where is the fear now? The fear is gone the moment you learn it is a rope. So, whatever you have, if you have seen it as a rope in the beginning, you did not have any delusion. If you have seen a rope as a snake, rope and snake are not same. They are different completely. So, when you see a rope as a snake, that means you have got a delusion. Like that we are having. We have plenty of delusions in our life. And due to that, our interpersonal relationships are always cut, are always disrupted. A beautiful relationship is growing, but then it is cut off in the middle because the delusion has come. The understanding or the misunderstanding of what is there has come. That means, that's why the moha kalinam, Krishna beautifully uses the word moha kalinam, the taint of delusion. When any person transcends this and he becomes indifferent to whatever is heard and whatever is yet to be heard, that is a state. A state, he says, that is, then you shall gain indifference to things. If you go beyond the delusion, then you are not affected by what you hear and what you are yet to hear. After telling this is the very highest state of an evolved soul. So the question may arise in our mind while reading this, will we also get that state? Is it possible to reach that type of status where you are completely indifferent to whatever the world is going to say or the world is going to say later? Can you be indifferent? Let the world say what it wants. I shall go in the right path. Like that you go on your right path. Is it possible for you to reach that state? So Krishna says, yes. It is possible to reach for everyone. So he says in verse 53, Shruti vipratipanna te yada stasyati nischala samadha vachala buddhihi tada yogam avapsesi. He is not telling in third person singular. Somebody will gain. He is directly instructing Arjuna and says, "O Arjuna, you shall gain avapsesi." That means you shall gain, thou shalt gain. What you will gain? Tada, thus, or then. So when, that means yada. Yada Shruti vipratipanna. This is a very beautiful verse. Whenever you hear anything, it is not necessarily you are hearing the right thing. Now, whatever is heard, it is not necessary that you have the right understanding. Perhaps you might have said rightly, but I have understood wrong. Sometimes you yourself say wrongly, and that will lead to my wrong understanding. So the wrong understanding can come from two sources. One, you rightly said, but I understand wrongly. Or you wrongly said, so I understood wrongly. So that will come that. So he says, Shruti, those people who are hearing, what even? Vipratipanna. Pratipanna means perplexed by, confused by hearing what we have heard. Yada, when stasyati, when you will stand, what is you going to stand? Your intellect. When your intellect stands, stasyati means shall stand. How it is going to stand? Nischala, immovable. Chala means movable. Nischala means immovable. That means stable. Just imagine how the intellect has to be, even if you hear something wrong. Somebody tells you wrong news. So you are taking that and you are interpreting as a correct. So you are misguided. But your intellect is not misguided in this case. It says when the intellect is immovable, it cannot be forced to get misguided. It is in correct line. Even though you have heard so many perplexing things, then it should be steady. The buddhi should be steady in samadho. Samadho is samadho achala buddhi. Achala buddhi. The buddhi does not waver. No wavering. No going here and there. We all get that type of buddhi many times. In our life, say we read one philosophy. For instance, Advaita. And some places, Advaita seems to be wonderful. Wow, this is the philosophy I was searching for. Then after some time, you read Ramanuja. Then you try to understand what is his philosophy. This is the year 1000th birth year of Sri Ramanuja, one of the greatest acharyas of India. So he propounded the philosophy of Visishtadvaita. So you read Visishtadvaita. So this year is Acharya's, Ramanuja's 1000th year. So let us now take up Ramanuja and read something about him. Like that you may think. And then you start reading. After reading in certain places, you find, hey, that Advaita is not fitted for me. I think this philosophy is better suited for me. Like that you think. And then somebody says, why you are worried about Advaita and Vishtadvaita? There is another philosophy which is called Dvaita. Read that. Madhavacharya, the great exponent of Dvaita, he has propounded this Dvaita philosophy. Why don't you read that? Then when you read Dvaita philosophy, you find, hey, this seems to be more fitting to me. So your mind is perplexed. That is called Vipratipanna. You have heard these three philosophies and your mind is now wavering. Which one should be adopted for your life's goal? Difficult? Because mind is waving from this side point to that point to that point. It is jumping. So, this type of wavering or getting perplexed will not lead us to proper understanding of the Vedas, of the Upanishads, of the Vedanta. So he says, when this type of perplexing mental movement stops, where it should stop? Samadho, he says, in Samadhi. So we know Samadhi. Sri Ramakrishna used to attain Samadhi so easily. Muhur says, every time, anytime, if he sees the nimbus clouds on the sky, immediately he gets into Samadhi because he sees Krishna there. If he sees a lion in the zoo, he went to see a zoo. I don't know how many of you have gone to Singapore Zoo. There's a beautiful zoo here, of course, small one. When you go to Calcutta, go and see the biggest zoo. But the zoo, when he entered the zoo, and he was taken one by one, and suddenly the lion in the cage he saw. And the lion was moving within the cage. Immediately, Sri Ramakrishna went into Samadhi. After coming back from Samadhi, he says, when I saw the lion, I immediately remembered the Divine Mother, Durga, whose transport is lion. So she sits on the lion and comes. So I immediately understood, oh, Mother Durga, it reminded me Durga. So he went into Samadhi. So the mind is getting into Samadhi again and again and again. And for us, if it all goes into Samadhi, we have to take the mind to Samadhi again and again and again from the undisturbed, the disturbed state. Our mind is normally gets disturbed. It is not in Samadhi. It is not completely submerged in the Samadhi. The Samadhi state, mind becomes listless. mind does not work. And in one samadhi, which Ramana Maharshi used to say, in that samadhi, there are no thoughts, the mind is dead. Where is the mind to think? There is no mind. That is the samadhi. So that state, Sri Ramakrishna also attained. So every time when you see that samadhi, when the mind is in samadhi, as Krishna says here, it is in a very, very stable position. It is not perplexed. Shruti vipratipanna, not disturbed by what all you heard. Several philosophies you hear, several methods you hear, even pranayama you take. There is one pranayama described in one scripture. Another scripture says you do in this way. And there are many gurus who have come, modern days, and they teach pranayama. Each one has got one system. No two systems are similar. So there are many, many things that we hear, different things. But our mind is still perplexed. It is not in samadhi. But when the mind goes into samadhi, the buddhi becomes achala. The buddhi does not move around from here to there. It is very stable. Then tada. Then what you will do, Arjuna? Yogam avapsasi. You will attain that yoga. The yoga of equilibrium. That is what he has explained. The yoga of equilibrium. That you will attain. That stage will come to you. I am reminded of Swami Vivekananda's life incident in America. He was a guest of a lady where he was staying, and down below a hall where he had to speak on the day. So the lunch was over, then he went and had a 1 hour rest or so, and then he came up and he got ready for the lecture. And the lady said, before going to lecture, Swamiji, would you like to have a cup of tea or something, coffee or something? So he took that, and the lady is watching Swamiji. Is Swamiji getting ready? Yes. He took that pagadi, the turban, and put it on his head. And from the first floor to the ground floor, there is a steps. So you have to go down by the steps. In that, while coming to the steps in the middle portion, there's a big mirror is there. So Swamiji is rushing to the mirror and adjusting his turban. So it is well adjusted. Then he comes back. And he sits and he's sipping the tea. Suddenly he puts the cup down and he rushes and he looks at the mirror. And then he's satisfied, he comes back. So like that 5-6 times he ran to the mirror. Now this lady got curious. See, Swamiji, naturally he looks very handsome. And the turban, coat, etc., he looks much more handsome. So he is enjoying the handsomeness of his personality by seeing himself, the reflection in the mirror. That is what this lady wrongly understood at the time. She didn't know what was Swamiji's mind. So Swamiji went down and he did his lecture, 1.5 hours lectures, on the subject was the Atman. So after the lecture is over, meeting the people, etc., he came up and then she fed him supper. At that time, she very lovingly asked Swamiji, I had observed a curious habit of you. Is it your habit to go and stand before the mirror and see? And Swamiji was very jovial, always used to make fun, poke jokes, etc. And he was doing like that. Suddenly when the question came, he became very serious. And he kept quiet. There was a pause. And the lady really got afraid. So what, I have put a wrong question to him. He got offended of her. Like that she is wondering. Then Swamiji slowly told her, look, my dear daughter, my topic of speech today was the Atman. The moment I think of an Atman, I lose contact with my mind and body. Samadho achala buddhihi. What a wonderful example, Swami. Achala buddhi. My buddhi is, my intellect is stabilized in samadhi. The thing I think that I am Atman. I have to speak Atman. Then the thought came, if I go into samadhi, how I am going to speak today? So many people are coming to hear me. So, to draw my mind from my Atman to the body, to make my mind body conscious, so that I can speak, I have to go again and again to the mirror and see, hey, this is Vivekananda. You are Vivekananda. Today you are going to speak. Like that, I was telling my mind. See, how wonderful it was. It is so difficult for him to take out his mind from the Atman and bring it to the body. Now compare this with all of us. For us to take the mind out of the body is so difficult. Very, very difficult. And they live in that stage. That's why Krishna says there is a stage called Samadho Achala Buddhi. And not only Vivekananda could attain that, every one of us can attain. That's what Krishna says, Tada Yogam Avapsasi. Hey Arjuna, you will also reach that state. That's so beautifully he puts that. Swami Siddhananda gives an explanation. It is but natural for man to pay heed to conflicting views and to get confused over them. But nobody raises the query, am I alive or dead? Does anybody raise a question? Am I alive? Am I dead? Can you think yourself you are dead? You can't. Because you are living. Never I have raised the question, oh, I am dead or am I dead? Like that I have never raised the question. Neither I need to ask anybody else whether I am alive or dead. Is it necessary for you to go and ask somebody else and say, hey, mister, you tell me whether I am alive or dead? And if he says I am alive, okay, I am alive. You don't feel like that. You don't ask anybody for that. So man's existence is self-evident to him. Your existence is self-evident. No need to ask anybody, no need to ask yourself. When meditation ceases in equilibrium, that meditation is mental thoughts. Different thoughts arising in my mind. Those mental thoughts are called meditation. So when meditation ceases, that means it stops in equilibrium, then what happens? It is called samadhi or spiritual illumination. Buddhists call it nirvana. Nirvana is a beautiful word. So we have got a 3-monthly, quarterly magazine which is called Nirvana. Some of you may be getting. If you don't get yourself, please come and report to our office and we shall send you. Nirvana. It's a very beautiful title because it is very closer to Buddhism. Buddhism also accepts this. Spiritual illumination is called Nirvana. Then it says, yoga reaches its culmination here. Yoga starts with the Hatha Yoga. You start doing pranayama, you start doing different asanas, start with Surya Namaskara, etc. So when we have got classes here, Sundays and Fridays, 2 days in a week we have got classes. You can join the classes and learn yoga. It starts there, but where does it end? If something starts somewhere, it must end somewhere. So yoga starts in Hatha Yoga, in the exercise, bodily exercises. But where it ends here, in Samadhi. This state of pure consciousness is the goal of life. So what is Sri Ramakrishna's teachings here? He says, first attain Godhood and then pursue the worldly things. Do not proceed in the reverse order. If you enter the life in the world after spiritual enlightenment, you will not have anxieties of the mind. So far we have not attained spiritual illumination, our mind is full of anxiety. You cannot avoid anxieties because our mind has not reached the culmination stage. So that's how Swami Chittwanji explains. Now we are coming to the one part of this second chapter. This seems to be an excellent way of reading Geeta. Some people say, I don't have time to read all the 18 chapters. Well, if people ask me, Swami, you tell me a few slokas which I should do daily, what I should read. Then some people say Bhakti Yoga, you can read 20 verses. You can read this one, that one, like that people say. But there is one passage in the Geeta from verse 54 to 72. These verses are called Sthita Prajna verses, which Mahatma Gandhi used to love. Every day, Mahatma Gandhi used to read these verses from 54 to 72. Why he would read? Because these are the verses from 54 to 72. That is how many verses? 19 verses. 19 verses. In these 19 verses, Sri Krishna is giving the symptoms of a man who has realized God. That means if you have attained that culmination point, the samadhi, and your mind is completely devoid of all anxieties, all doubts, then your behavior changes. You are the same person. If you are putting spectacles, you have to put spectacles. Because you attain samadhi, your eyesight will not become all right. If you have a white hair, well, you cannot make it black just because you attain samadhi. So your features are all same. You are as you were, but your treatment of others, your interpersonal relationships, your own character, your own behavior, all change. And if you know how a man of God will behave, then what happens? You can try to behave in the same manner. So here only Adi Shankara gives this explanation. A man of realization behaves like that. Swamiji, I am not a man of realization. I am an ordinary man. How can I behave like that? A question may come. So Shankara explains that in the introduction. He says that yes, these are the qualities to be followed by an aspirant. Once an aspirant follows these qualities, he will reach to that stage of man of realization, and these qualities will become natural to him. Say for instance, truthfulness. You speak truth. You never speak a lie. Then the truthfulness has to be practiced. So by practicing and practicing, when you are a man of realization, then truthfulness is your natural trait. You don't need to practice at that time. Whatever you say, that is truth. That's all. Sri Ramakrishna is to follow like that. Very truthful in his speech. If he has said something, it has to be done. And then at 11:30 midnight, he remembered what he said which he has not done. He said he had to go to the next man's house. And the next man also got into sleep. 11:30, who will wake up? But then he remembered at that time. So he walked all the way to the next man's, and then he opened the gate, put one foot there. Hey, I have come. Then he came back. Because he told him that I am coming to your home. So the truth has to be followed. If you say something, that has to be followed. So the truthfulness is a quality which is natural for the man of realization. It becomes a practice for a man of aspirants. So we are all aspirants, spiritual aspirants. So we can practice these qualities mentioned in these 19 verses. So Gandhiji used to read every day. Sthita Prajna. So what Arjuna is raising a question now. So this is called the definition of the enlightened soul. That is from 54 to 72. Arjuna is now, he gets an opportunity to raise a question. He says, Arjuna Uvacha, Sthita Prajnasya Ka Bhasha, Samadhistasya Keshava, Sthita Dhihi Kim Prabhasheta, Kimasita Rajeta Kim. Kim means what or how. So he is asking several questions at one go. He's not asking one by one. So all these questions are related, and Krishna is going to answer all these questions one by one. We will see wherever he speaks. So he says, Sthita Pragyasya means one who has got Sthita Pragya. Pragya means that intellect which is submerged in the Samadhi, which we saw in the previous verse. So that type of intellect, which is not perplexed, which is not moving here and there, which is not wandering, which is completely settled, steady in wisdom, that type of person is called Sthita Prajna. His prajna, his intellect is Sthita. Sthita means steady. So a man of steady wisdom, as it is called. What is in English Sthita Prajna? It's called a man of steady wisdom. There are many saints, or whom you call saint. A man who has got steady wisdom, him you call saint. So an ordinary looking man also can be a saint. And he has got steady wisdom. So this steady wisdom person, so Hey Krishna, you told that this is the final state. This is the concluding stage of yoga. And you say, I can also attain that state. Well, very good. But before attaining the state, I want to know certain things about this man of steady wisdom. If you call somebody as a man of steady wisdom, I am curious to know about him. What are the things you are curious to know about him? For that Arjuna says, first he says, Sthita Pragyasya Ka Bhasha. So he says, O Keshava, what is the mark of the man of steadfast wisdom? What is the mark? Will he put vibhuti here, or namam here, or kumkum here? Is that the mark of a man of steady wisdom? Or will he adorn himself with a particular type of dress as we are wearing? Is this the mark of man of steady wisdom? No, these are not the mark. There is something else in a man which can be said as a mark. That mark is visible. That mark is not invisible. It is visible. So his first question is, what is the mark of the man of steadfast wisdom, steeped in samadhi? Because Sthita Prajna, samadhi tasya keshava. A man whom you say is steeped in samadhi, and that is the final goal of yoga, you say. Now you tell me, what are the marks of a person whose mind is steeped in samadhi? Not only that, the second question, how does the man firm in wisdom speak? So he says, Sthita Dehi Kim Prabhasheta. Prabhasheta means how does he speak? Speak what? Whatever he speaks. But how does he speak? Is another second question. And third question is, Kimasita. How does he sit? Asita means taking seat. So yes, how does he sit? And then not only sitting, not only speaking, what are the marks on his physical body or mind? What is his behavior in short? And how does he speak? And how does he sit? And then, Kim Prajeta, how does he walk? Now, very strange questions appear. You don't ask anybody, say this saint, suppose a great saint has come to Singapore, and you don't say, how does he sit? How does he walk? Do you say? Unless he is disabled, he is walking with his perfectly his two legs. He will walk with two legs. And if he is not disabled, he will sit straight like as we are all sitting. So, the very question itself seems to be a little out of tune. When you are talking about a man of God realization, and then Arjuna is asking such question, is it not silly question? Like that you may think. But it is not silly. Arjuna is not a silly person. He is also a highly intelligent person. So when he puts these questions, there must be some other meaning. It is not mere external mark of a person he is asking. It is not mere how he talks, whether he is sweetly talking or roughly talking. Not that he is meaning, Arjuna doesn't mean this. Neither he is meaning how he sits and how he walks. Those meaning is not attributed to this. So there must be something else. What are the answers of Sri Krishna? So Swami, let us read Satchidvanaji. He says, Arjuna said, what, O Keshava, is the mark of the man of steadfast wisdom, steeped in samadhi? How does the man firm in wisdom speak? How sit? How walk? That's the 54th verse. All the three terms, Sita Pragya, Samadhista, and Stitadi, connote the same. Three terms he has used. Sita Pragya, one whose Pragya, intellect, is Stitaha, is steadfast. Another is Samadhista, one who is steeped in Samadhi. Another word is Stitadi, Dhi means buddhi, intelligence. Stita means stable. So stable mind he has got. All these three connote the same. The knower of Brahman becomes Brahman. When such a one is in Samadhi, what becomes of his mind? When he projects the mind on external things, how does he behave? The concluding 18 stanzas in this chapter are devoted to the definition of a Brahmajnani. I told you 19 verses, that is including the question of Arjuna. If you remove the question of Arjuna, that is 54th verse, from 55 to 72, 18 verses are the reply of Sri Krishna. What is the concluding 18 stanzas in this chapter are devoted to the definition of a Brahmajnani. A man who has attained the supreme knowledge, he is called Brahmajnani. So those who want to improve their handwriting choose to copy the model letters and alphabets. I don't know whether the modern generation practice handwriting, but I used to practice in my child. So there is a notebook where A, B, C, D like that is written. So the same ABCD I have to copy the whole page, like the 10 pages. I have to copy. So once I did that copywriting, then what happens? Whenever I would write exactly like that, I would write. So when I would write a small article or a letters in my handwriting, so the people who receive that, hey, it is like a print, like that they would say. In my childhood days, I used to conduct a magazine. The name is Bhagavad. Bhagavad means Surya. Surya means Surya gives light. So the magazine would give light. What light? Ramakrishna's teachings, Vivekananda's teachings, others are this. And there's a handwritten manuscript magazine. So I would put line by pencil, or the grids as you call it, and then put it and then write exactly within that. And I had one friend who was an artist. I would tell him, you put some pictures here and there. And then I put exactly the page end to the end. Like that I would say. It's a manuscript magazine. It will just resemble like a printed magazine. So, handwriting, if you practice handwriting, your handwriting becomes good. Otherwise, even Brahma cannot read your handwriting. Some people say, what you have written, sir, I cannot read. He himself as a cannot read his own handwriting. Like that also I have seen. One Swami wrote like this, and then he gave me. Then I was sitting there in the office, what he has written. So I took the paper. Maharaj, I didn't understand what you have written. Please tell me. He's looking at him, what did I write? He cannot read his own handwriting. Then I told, whatever you have got in mind, you tell me. I will do that. But don't please write it. So the writing is so difficult. If you practice handwriting, your handwriting becomes clear. Is it not? That is what he is telling there. Those who want to improve their handwriting choose to copy the modern letters and alphabets. And this method is invariably adopted in all fields. Not one single field is accepted. Even in spiritual field, you have to copy certain models and practice in your life. Then only you can improve. So, in picking up the language, painting, singing, the perfect ones are imitated. That, you see, such a great singer, he is singing, so let us adopt that model. How M.S. Subbulakshmi has sung this Bhajagovinda, let us sing in the tune. So you take up that as a model in singing. Like that, in every field, there are some perfected souls are there, whose methods we adopt if you want to improve. There is no other way of acquiring knowledge and art. Brahma Jnanam is no exception to this. As a categorical statement by Swami. Even if you want to have God's knowledge, you have to adopt someone as your model, and then only you can go. Whom we call Guru. In our Adhyatmic life, in our spiritual life, we call the person who instructs me. In him we call Guru. While the illumined one established in perfection is being defined, the method and the means to attain the state are also contained in that definition. So this is what Shankara says. So this is what is Siddhantis adopted. The goal and the paths thereof are simultaneously presented. A diligent inquiry into them are wanted to achieve the ideal. So if you want to reach the state of Sita Prajna, of a Brahmajnani, then these traits, these qualities are to be adopted in our life and we have to practice. So, and how does he sit? How does he walk? How does he speak? And what are the marks? These are the 4 questions he asked. So Krishna is going to explain all the 4. And when we read the meanings of what Krishna says, then we understand, so like that we can also behave. Sri Ramakrishna gives a beautiful example of behavior. One fellow was a thief. So he stole some items and somebody saw it. So they chased him. And he was running and he entered into a forest. And he threw it in some bushes, whatever he stole. And he went further running and saw a beautiful tree. And he sat and he removed all his dress, etc. Only with Kaupina, he sat there as he was in deep meditation. Now the fellows who were chasing the thief, they could find the thief. So they came and while coming back, they saw under the tree one fellow sitting in deep meditation. So they went near him and tried to raise him up. But he's a thief, he knows that they will catch him if he opens his eyes and talks, etc. So he kept complete silence. And then he did not open his eyes. And they touched him. He did not move at all. He was so steady. They thought, hey, he's a great yogi. That's why he's in deep meditation. And tonight, what he will eat? Then they will among themselves, hey, you go and bring some food for him. In the night when he gets up, he must have something to let us do some service to this holy man. And he is hearing all the talks. They are a thief, and they are thinking me as a holy man, and they are going to feed me also. Okay, let us see where it leads to. And till the evening, he is closing his eyes and was sitting there. And then night came, slowly opened his eyes, and the devotees were standing there. And they were all very happy, everyone made pranam to him. Said, sir, we have brought some food for you. Please. And he also took the food. One day gone, second day gone, third day gone. Third day it struck him, I am only acting as a yogi, and for that itself so much of things I am getting. And my life is going without anything. I don't need to struggle. I don't need to search for. I don't need to steal. So many things are avoided. And simply sitting under the tree, I get all the facilities. Why not I become a real yogi? Let me become a real. So he became. You see, by practicing what a yogi is like, so by practicing in our life, we also become like that. So it is not deceiving yourself. You are trying to practice that goodness and then you become good ultimately. So getting to the goodness stage is the ultimate stage. But if you practice the goodness, that means the goodness can be practiced also. So the ultimate reaching stage and the practical method are simultaneously to be understood. That is what Shankaracharya explains this verse so beautifully. So don't think these behavioral patterns that Krishna is going to tell us is meant only for the Ponche Hue Mahatma, as we call it in Hindi. The man who highly evolved Mahatma. Only to him it is valid, not to me. So what we will think, we will not practice those things. So in order to instruct us, Adi Shankara very beautifully brings out the meaning. He said, no, no, no. It is also meant for practice. Don't think only it is meant for the man who has realized the God. It is meant for us also. So let us practice this. That is what he gives that impression. And then he is going to explain, that Krishna is going to explain in 18 verses, what are the marks of a yogi who has realized God, and how does he speak, how does he sit, and how does he walk. These 4 questions will be answered. Let us see. So, an announcement before the end of this session, I will announce regarding Buddha Purnima function. 10th is a Buddha Purnima. On the Purnima night, we are having a function. They are having the sing about Lord Buddha, and also 7 o'clock we are having, starts with 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock we are having Sri Ramakrishna Arati. Once the Arati is over, we will have the Buddha song, and then a speech on Buddha by myself on the most compassionate. That is the topic. How Lord Buddha was so compassionate, and what is that central core theme of Lord Buddha's character. If you see that compassion is the central core theme of his character. That we shall see how it is on that day. It is on 10, it's a weekday. That's why we have kept the program after 7 o'clock. All of you are interested, then please come. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hare Om Tatsat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.